We're live, Mom. Happy day, everyone. We are so pleased to be here at How Imposter Syndrome Causes Burnout. Come back and thrive. I am so pleased to be here. I'm Erica Kesse, a love force with mysterious wisdom, celebrating life. And I am coming to talk with you about imposter syndrome because that is the culprit. That is usually the issue behind people staying in circumstances that are not the right fit for them. And so, a lot of people who are experiencing imposter syndrome are experts and natural geniuses. And so, you have the right stuff to start your own coaching practice. And so I have created Corporate Escape, where you can start your own coaching practice. You can pivot out of that toxic work environment into your own thriving coaching business. And I would love for you to learn more about that. You see the link right there at the bottom. But I want this amazing guest host to introduce themselves. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. I am Chris Calloway, a 13-year-old addressing the lack of communication in families through storytelling and community. And today I am here for How Imposter Syndrome Causes Burnout. And I think burnout is a very interesting thing. Because it's like seeing ourselves as a candle. The candle burns. And the candle burns. But before it can burn, it has to get lit up. And I think sometimes people have burnout because they're just burning and burning and burning. But then there's some people out there in the world who just don't know how to light themselves up. And so it's two different problems that need to be addressed. Because either way, I think candles are pretty lonely things. Unless you don't have more candles around each other. You know those little stick wax candles that you might light before you light the actual candle?
Yeah.
Then you at least, that candle has at least another candle around it. It's just a different type of candle. It's a wax candle. You know how we put like candles all over the bathtub when we want to have goddess baths or like really fancy baths? Those candles are never alone. Because we understand how pretty they are together. And if they're pretty together, doesn't that mean they're the right fit for each other? And if they're the right fit for each other, then they should be around each other. But if they can't be around each other, then they're lonely. And if you're lonely, it could be that you're getting burnt out because you're alone.
Well, so you said a lot of good things during this time. You said a lot of great things. Okay, so let's talk about what you said. Okay, so first and foremost, you said that when you think about burnout, you think of a candle, and usually a candle is meant to burn, right?
Yes.
First it gets caught on fire.
Yes.
So you as a business owner, you as an entrepreneur,
you have this bright idea.
Leader, yes, you got caught on fire for this beautiful thing based on what you feel your purpose is in life.
Oh, and another thing is about getting caught on fire. Some people are afraid of the fire.
And okay, so that goes into why a lot of people are experiencing burnout is because the people around them actually tell them that no, this light is too bright, or no, you're going to catch everything on fire. No, you have this light, and you're shining this, and you're shining so bright with this fire that we can't handle it. And because we can't handle it, we're going to tell you how you need to not shine so bright, or you. So then you what imposter syndrome is to have self-doubt about your light.
And then because of that self-doubt, you feel like you can't be just a candle. You feel like you had to go turn the actual light on because the candle's not enough.
Correct. You feel like you're burning bright for this purpose that you have decided that you are supposed to do, but everybody around you is telling you that this purpose is hurting them, and you don't want to hurt them, right? You want to the whole goal. Most people who are experiencing imposter syndrome definitely are helpers, people who want to be there for others, and you are second guessing that because they're telling you, oh, well, no, this is not the way that we want things to be. We cannot give a lot of attention to how one person or people want us to be, because everybody has their own opinion. You have to have your own opinion about yourself. What is your opinion? It cannot be jaded by what other people can and cannot handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it has to be about you deciding for a fact that you are going to shine bright no matter what, and it's based on your purpose.
Right, because they can be afraid of the fire. Oh, they want to, but if you just mind your business and do whatever you want to do, then it could be that fire isn't something to be afraid of. It could be that fire is a normal fire. It's purple fire, or pink fire,
yes,
or green fire. Because you're out and you're thriving in the world, so your fire's gonna change. The things you love, the things that's gonna boost you up in the world is going to cause you to get even more ignited. And when you get more ignited, then you have other colors. And it's like a rainbow.
Yes, and then I like that part that you said about usually when people light candles, they light more than one candle.
Yeah.
Most people, it's not a one candle thing unless you have one big candle that has several wicks, but usually there's like 3 wicks in there, so it's 3 lights that's shining.
Yes.
So I think I love how literal you are about this, and us really talking through burnout in this way is, if you're going to have light, if you're going to be a candle shining, then it's important to have other people who are supporting you and that are also on fire. If they're on fire in their own right, then it makes you stay lit up. It makes you stay on fire for what you're doing in your life.
And that goes back into like social support system. Because sometimes the other wicks in the big candle can come out throughout time while the others can stay lit. And the good thing about that is that you can just take a little piece of stick and light the other one back up.
Yes.
And it's just so easy because they're right next to each other. And it's social support system.
Yes.
How a social support system person would just be like, oh, you done it now? Oh, okay, let's let you back up. There you go.
Yes, that's exactly what that is about. When you have someone shining bright in their purpose next to you, first it inspires you to keep going. But even if it gets to be hard on you, you start feeling the burden, or maybe you were around someone that made you second guess yourself. If you are seeing the light of a friend of yours around you, they can come and be there for you, hold space for you, and light you back up. I want to talk up to you a little bit about being able to light other people back up. That's the reason why I'm doing this corporate escape program. You are beat down by people in your environment that is saying that you are too bright or you do not fit. Or they're using you to capitalize on your strengths when you could be utilizing your own strengths and your own power, your own expertise in your own practice. And I know this is a leap, but sometimes I just want to tell you that I am a light shining so bright. And I look forward to working with other people who want to be caught on fire and who want to feel inspired to work alongside me. I will hold your hand through this whole process of starting your own coaching practice. And I want to talk to you a little bit about interacting with a lady who I've been working with. Uh, they have felt like they just was almost done with doing the work that they're doing. Very much reconciled that it could end and that it's okay that it does. But it was very beautiful to see how being around her and me being emotionally invested and excited about her work, and also not just being excited about her work, but actually taking steps to develop it has sparked more passion and more of the shining light and the inspiration that she felt when she first started doing this work. So it's all about the people that you're around that allows you to walk in your brilliance. And I keep saying that over and over again. You all have heard me say this over and over again. As a leader, you're an expert, and you're a natural genius. You're a perfectionist. You are amazing, absolutely exquisite, and nobody should stop you from being the full version of yourself, the best version of yourself. And Chris, is there anything that you want to say?
I knew it would go off. It
Okay,
always goes
so
off.
yeah, there's an alarm that goes off at this time every week.
Every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, it always goes off.
Okay, and that's let me make an announcement right now. Actually, we're not going to continue doing this. How imposter syndrome causes burnout during this time. We're going to do it at 11 o'clock until 11:30 moving forward. 11 o'clock until 11:30, because this time right here is during this alarm every day. Every Wednesday. And it is very distracting. But also, I just wanted to let you all know that we are changing the time. We are really excited and hope to have more people to show up and enter into this conversation. If you are feeling burnt out, if you are feeling imposter syndrome, please let's chat about it. Let's get you back ignited to do your purpose and your mission in life, and also to spend time really understanding this idea of burnout. Burnout being that and when we say burn out, that actually means that you're burnt out, like it's already there. So if you're burnt out, then it's just time for you to rethink about where you are and what is it that you now are passionate about. It's just time for you to decide, okay.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, a candle, you stop the candle once you're done with it, but then it gets lit back up again. And so it makes sense, because we're not supposed to chase after one thing all the time. We're supposed to chase after several things. We're supposed to have a fire, and if that fire goes out because we've lost interest in that one thing, maybe it's because we need to have a fire about another thing. So you find that fire about another thing, and then maybe it turns a different color, and then maybe it goes out after a long time, and so then you get a bigger fire because you have this great big blooming idea, and you realize then it might go into a different idea you've already have, and so then it's just one big purple fire.
All right. Okay. Talking about these different lights of the fire.
But I think that's like burnt out. But no, burnout is like a candle. But you know what imposter syndrome's like? It's like one of those games. Like one of those games where you have to find the imposter, or like there's like this one person who can just like shift into like different people, look like different people, and then they just go around and they want to be everyone but themselves. That's what imposter syndrome to me is like.
Okay, tell me more about what you're saying with regarding that.
And I think it's like that because I've watched those games. I've never played those games, so I don't specifically have any experience with it. I've just watched other people play those games. And so usually I find that to be when you're an imposter, you either do one of two things. You're trying to trick people, you're trying to kill people, or you're just trying to be a different person. And let's just forget the whole kill thing. So then let's go to trick and then be a different person. Now, I feel like even if you don't think you're tricking other people, you could be tricking yourself. Because sometimes it's hard to know who we truly are. Sometimes we think that we're a different person than we are because we don't want to really get to know ourselves.
Ooh, speak.
And so that leads us to think that we're someone else because we just don't want to sit down and learn about ourselves and really take the time to just know ourselves.
And I'm glad that you're talking about knowing ourselves. That is the biggest issue here with imposter syndrome is you came into this reality, and then you were told by your conditioning with your parents that this is the way things go, right?
Mhm.
This is how we move, this is what we do, this is how we flow. And it's based on how they flow or how they were taught to flow. But you have to figure out what your flow is. You have to just unlearn all that they have said and figure out what your flow is. It doesn't mean that you have to scrap everything that they gave you. It's just makes some time. It takes time to look at your life and then say, yeah, I like that part. No, I don't like that part. I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, I like this part. Oh, I don't like this part. I'm going to do it this way. And so then you're basically curating your life and your experience. And so if you have a natural proclivity to be a genius, um, uh, a superstar, an expert, then it's okay for you to stand in that and know that's who you are, and then deliver to the world what you're meant to deliver to the world based on that skill set. We all have our strengths. We are supposed to interact and utilize them as much as possible, even though it may not be welcomed or something that other people may appreciate. The people who are meant to appreciate it, you just haven't met them yet because you've been around people who do not appreciate it. It's time to pivot. It's time to decide to live the best version of yourself by knowing who you are and what you're looking to accomplish in your life specifically. You have all the right stuff. You do. You have all the right stuff. You came with everything that you need to be able to work your purpose and to live proactively as a person, as a leader, and people are influenced by you. Like you may have people that are saying, "No, this is the way," or you may be telling yourself that this is that, and have self doubt. But there are people who are looking in on you, thinking that you're the best thing since sliced bread, but you're the only one that's standing in your way of that. And also another thing is when you are brilliant and you are have an expertise, right? If you are sitting on it and not giving it to the people who are around you, then that's the sin of the desert. What's the sin of the desert? The sin of the desert is for you to have a nice flowing glass of cold water
with
that
ice.
is your skill. That is your expertise. That is your purpose. And you see that this person is absolutely thirsty and they could use your drink of water. why would you not give it to them? They are looking for you to pour into them with this nice cold glass of water that they have been wanting to have in their life. And it is your responsibility to give it to them. Don't hold it for yourself or think that they don't want this because it doesn't have a lemon slice in it. Give them the water. They're looking for that. They really want that. So, yes. So I do want to again remind you that I have the corporate escape program. Would love to spend time with anyone who's interested in pivoting into a coaching practice. Or I love working with people who have imposter syndrome. I have another story. I am working with a lady who wants to write her memoirs, and we also talked through and I discovered that she also wanted to do a journal. Well, the journal, of course, project is it didn't take as long, right, to do because she just basically was putting in some bits and pieces and putting lines for people to write on. But so we were able to do her journal, and we're going to work on her memoir. Now, let me tell you, I had at least 3 conversations with her where she was trying to sabotage or back out of doing the project. And so I had to have conversations with her to tell her that she deserved to have this project. She deserved to do what she's doing. The name of her project is Being First. And so I was just had to reiterate to her that she is the first that has done the things that she's doing and that the world should know about it. And the world will never know about it if she doesn't show it, if she doesn't put it out there, and doesn't alert the world that you're here and that you're a living legacy. You're a living testimony of perseverance, and you should be sharing that with the world. How is other people going to be empowered, and maybe they just listening and hearing your story will inspire them to take that one next step that's going to take them to the next level. And it is up to you to be that person. So as a coach, it's important for you not to hold on to what's there for you. You have these expertise. You can talk about these things like the back of your hand. It's just time for you to flow into the best fit circumstances for your life, not thinking about anybody else, but thinking about you. You have to get beyond what other people's opinion is. That is, yes, it's a sacrifice. It is. It's a big, bold sacrifice to not care about what other people are talking about. But guess what? Once you're able to do that, you're able to live a free and ignited life where you are standing firm and standing tall within yourself and actually really, really influencing so many people in the world and doing exactly what your purpose is. So, Chris, what do you think about what I've said? I know I went on and on, but what are your thoughts there?
I think that imposter syndrome can affect a lot of people. And I think that it usually, let me see. I think there's so many people on this earth, in this reality, that they don't understand how truly amazing they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that everyone's actually the first, because no one's the same.
Come on.
So if we're all just different, aren't we the first of everything we do because we did it?
Yeah. I like that. I like that thought process.
But people don't know that because they want to lump themselves into cliques cliches. What are they? Categories.
Mm-hmm.
They want to put themselves in boxes with others. You don't need to be in that box. Because that box is not the box that you deserve to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't even need to be in a box. But if you are going to be in a box, you should make that box. Make it be the box that you want to be in. Maybe it needs to be big. Maybe it needs to be decorated. Maybe it needs to be lined with roses on the outside. Mm-hmm. Maybe the box needs to lead to a garden. Maybe we are the box.
Oh, sweet.
And we should understand that as magical as a box is, we are also that magical. Because there has to be something so something so tempting that people want to put themselves in boxes. Why don't we let ourselves be tempting?
Oh.
So that people don't want to be in that box. They want to be around you to help you do all the things you need to be doing.
That's what I think. All right. Well, I like hearing your thoughts. You are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you so much for sharing your part. Your thought process is just very unique and encouraging. It's very innovative. So we were talking about innovation last night during my class, and he was talking through that, and I want to note what he said about innovation. It is how to get things done, and thinking outside the box, and also being able to hit your five senses. One thing I want to say is when you speak and talk, you mention like you're very much in tune with the senses, like what someone would see.
I always
Right.
provide visual aspects.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might bring in like feelings and sensations.
Yeah.
I feel like I do that most of the time because I understand that I don't really try to do it for other people. I just do it because it helps me.
Oh, and you know what? I like that you said that. I do it because it helps me. A lot of us are out here doing work. And I think imposter syndrome comes for that. When you are focused on doing something or so-called helping someone else, then it may be that you're doing harm because you're going from a place of your lack, and then you're saying, I'm going to help someone else so that they don't feel that lack. Instead, you should give yourself and feel yourself from that lack, and then you'll be overflowing onto the people who you're serving.
It won't have that lack.
Yes, wouldn't have the lack, and the people around you wouldn't have the lack either. And that's
unless they want to have the lack.
Unless they decide, yes. But in the meantime, you're still doing great because you're giving yourself what you want for yourself. And so when I just want to say that about the corporate escape program is the first weeks of it. We really do kind of peel back the onion of who you are and like everything about you, so that then you are thriving well and you can easily overflow onto the people that you're serving. It's easy to work with people when you're just absolutely ignited and excited about what you are offering and able to do. So I just want to thank you everyone for showing up or doing the hashtag replay and listening in on this. I do want to end this time with a share of joy. I want to do this with Chris, and I want is it okay for me to do a share of joy with you?
No.
Oh, it's not okay. All right. Well, I would like you to go ahead and leave the space, and I'm going to still do a cheer of joy for the audience. All right. Thank you so much um, for giving me your response based on how it feels for you.
And thank you so much for asking.
Yes, yes. A part of the Chair of Joy experience is to make sure people are ready and willing to do it. Something about any work that you do is that it's important not to push your interventions or your ideology on other people, but ask them if they would like to join in with you. So I want to ask you all, would you like to do the Chair of Joy experience with me? If you would, I'm going to walk you through it. And if you would not, then I would say farewell to you. Create a thriving rest of your day. I'm going to give you all a moment to turn off this video, and then we'll go into doing the Chair of Joy experience. I'm going to come on camera for this part of the live. We're going to do the Chair of Joy experience. Thank you so much for deciding to stick around for this experience. The Chair of Joy experience is 4 parts. First, you sit, then you breathe, next, you think, and then last, you feel. So I'm going to walk you through this, okay? So, first and foremost, I want to ask you to go find your chair of joy. When I say chair of joy, what comes to mind for you? Where is a place that you can have a seat and you can feel contentment, joy, safety, connection with yourself? Just have a seat there. Have a seat and really pay attention to where you are. Pay attention to who's around you. Pay attention to all the different aspects of that chair. Just take a moment and have a seat. Having a seat and taking a moment is a beautiful, beautiful thing you can give to yourself in this world of being busy, this world of getting things done. You can always take a moment to have a seat. Next, I would like for you to do 3 deep breaths with me, because we want to really take in this experience of sitting and being, right? So now I would like you to do 3 deep breaths. And with those 3 deep breaths, I want you to do it on your pace, however it feels best for you. So deep breath in. And you will breathe in through your nose, okay? And then out through your mouth. And then you do a deep breath. And do it at your pace. Really take in this experience. Take in where you are. Take in where you're sitting. And last breath, deep breath in. Enjoy sitting there and breathing in, out. Yes, and once you do those deep breaths, I want you just to take a moment and think. Think about your life. Think about your joy. Think about how this experience is for you right now. Think about anything that's going through your mind. Just let yourself recognize what's happening in your mind right now. And you can keep breathing. And if there's any thoughts that are not the best thoughts, you can take a deep breath and blow it out. And so you're thinking and you're breathing out those thoughts that are not the best for you. And you're welcoming in joy. And lastly, you're going to feel. Now that you're sitting in your chair of joy, you're taking in the moment, you're taking in the softness of the chair, you're taking in the comfort, the safety of the chair. You're sitting, You're being, yes, you're being, you're breathing, you're thinking, and you're feeling. You're feeling joy rise up inside of you. You're exactly where you want to be, in your chair of joy. Just let that feeling caress you on the inside. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing the chair of joy with me. You can come back anytime that you're ready. Just come on back to the present with me. Don't worry, you can go back to your chair of joy anytime you want. That's what's so great about this is you can always tap into your chair of joy. It's always there for you at any point. It doesn't take long to get there. You see how we just took a seat? We then did some breaths. We then thought and cleaned out those thoughts. And we felt a beautiful cocoon of joy. So I thank you all for coming to How Imposter Syndrome Causes Burnout. And I hope to see you next week. We come back every Wednesday. I'm going to change the time to 11 o'clock. It's going to be from 11 o'clock until 11:30 moving forward. And I think I'm going to keep doing the Chair of Joy exercise with you all. I really enjoyed offering it to you. So I'll do it at the end so that people can opt in or out of the exercise. Thank you so much and create a thriving rest of your day. Bye.